I think my way of thinking will work for anybody, of trying to be very rational and disciplined. So I think that much. But to flit around to various careers and go into the other fellow's professional territory and try and outdo him and do all kinds of things like that, I think will not work for most people. And so I always tell, I'm always being visited by young men who say, I'm practicing law and I don't like it. I'd rather be a billionaire. How can I do it? And I tell them, well, I'll tell you a story. A young man goes to see Mozart. And he says, Mozart, I want to start composing symphonies. And Mozart said, how old are you? And the guy says, 22. And he says, you're too young to do symphonies. And the guy says, yes, but you were 10 years old when you were composing symphonies. And Mozart says, yes, but I wasn't running around asking other people how to do it.
Right.
So I think this flitting around business is something not everybody should try.
Yeah, I think
I think if I tried it again, it might not have worked as well.
You said just figure out how
I may
to
have
do
been
something
quite
and do
lucky.
it. Why were you were lucky?
Yeah, I think I had some luck, yes.
Well, but I think there's more to it than that. I mean, where were you looking?
Yes, the combination of luck and skill. That's what all good records are. Well, I think the right strategy for the great mass of humanity is to specialize. Nobody wants to go to a doctor that's half proctologist and half dentist, you know. and so the ordinary way to succeed is to narrowly specialize. Warren and I really didn't do that, and we didn't because we prefer the other type of activity. But I don't think we can recommend it to other people.
Yeah, it was a little more treasure hunting in our day, and it was easy to spot the treasure.
We made it work, but it was kind of a lucky thing.
Yeah.
It's not the standard way to go.
The business, at least I best understood, actually was insurance. I mean, and I had very little competition. And I went to the insurance department in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I remember one time I drove there just to check on some Pennsylvania company, and this is when you couldn't get all this information on the internet. And I went in and I asked about some company, and the guy said, "You're the first one that's ever asked about that company." And there wasn't a lot. I went over to the Standard & Poor's library on Houston Street, because they call it, and I would go up there and ask for all this obscure information, and there wasn't anybody sitting around there. They had a bunch of tables that you could sit and examine things through, and so there was less competition. But if you know even one thing very well, it'll give you an edge at some point. It's what Tom Watson Sr. said at IBM. I'm no genius, but I'm smart in spots, and I stay around those spots. And that's basically what Charlie and I try to do.
Young people can quickly get defined by their GPA, and it's meaningless. You're going to be assessed by how hard you hustle and how well you do the actual job you're doing. And that has nothing to do with how well you did in school. Even if someone hires you despite your bad GPA, in 2 years, no one will ever ask you again what your GPA was, as long as you're successful in what you're doing and doing a great job. It's just a liability we have to carry around till we're about 25 or so, and then it's history. I can tell you that being told I was stupid when I was in second grade has been on my mind my entire career. My fear of being stupid still stays with me, but it makes me an over-preparer. It makes me competitive. Feeling like you're the underdog is the best asset in the world if you want to have phenomenal success. Be comfortable with being a loser. There is such a strength when you've grown up being the loser. You're comfortable being an outsider. You're comfortable with people criticizing you. And so you're free as a bird to be whoever you want to be. You can't get that when you've been molded to be an A student and think that's where your success lies. It may temporarily, but it ain't going to get you to the finish line if you're out to build a big success of yourself.
There's no one measurement. I tell people when I die, I hope people simply say, you know what, we're going to miss that son of a bitch. And he made the world a better place. It's not about profit. It's not about what's the one thing that made your legacy? But I have to have this company, this wonderful, beautiful company called JPMorgan Chase, thrive in the future with great leadership and great management and treat people ethically, be responsible corporate citizens, do a great job for customers, win share. That'll just make me feel great. And the other one is to help my country a little bit. I'm a patriot before I'm the CEO of JPMorgan, which is why I'm much more engaged in policy. I think we have to fix the policy errors in America that are holding us back. That we have to fix them.